And joining us now is Franklin Graham, president of Samaritan's Purse and the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association. Franklin, just want to ask you right off the top, what was your initial reaction? Were you surprised when you heard about the editorial?
Well, not really surprised because Christianity Today, the magazine, has been moving to the left for some time, and they've been pretty much, the never Trumpers, and have been opposed to him from day one. So I wasn't really that surprised.
Reverend Graham, the president, he's responded. He says that Christianity Today is, quote, a far-left magazine. Would you characterize it the same way?
I would. It certainly has moved to the left. That's the way I would put it. From where my father started the magazine, it has moved considerably to the left over the years. My father actually quit reading the magazine some time ago.
So, a lot of strong reaction coming because of this article. What do you see as the long-term fallout? Do you think Christianity Today will pay a price for this?
I can't say, but no question, Christianity Today has changed, and it's unfortunate. But at the same time, they're the ones who invoked my father's name. And I just thought it was important to speak out for him and let the readers know where my father would have been so disappointed in this, and the fact that Christianity Today took sides in something that was so partisan and obvious partisan. And the president says he's not guilty of what he's been charged with, and I would have to agree with him to prove it differently.
Reverend Graham, were you at all saddened to have to disclose your father's vote? It's something you had never done before.
Never done that, and I was. So I felt that was important that we do it, and let people know that my father supports the president and support him in this last election. And if my father were alive today, he would have defended himself.
Well, the CT website includes a quote from your father. It says, Christianity Today should take the responsibility of leading in love what so much of our evangelical work has failed to do in fighting and name-calling. Do you think the editorial in any way meets that calling, maybe taking an unpopular stand, or do you think the magazine has lost its moorings?
No, I don't think that's what my father intended whatsoever. The president has been accused by the Democrats. Not one Republican sided with him, and not all the Democrats sided with this. And so it's obvious it's so partisan, and the president has not had a trial. And the fact that they have called for his removal based on what Nancy Pelosi and Senator, Schumer and the others, what they're calling for, it was just absolutely wrong. And they certainly don't represent most of the Bible-believing Christians in America today. They represent unfortunately, a growing number of evangelicals who are moving to the left.
Reverend Graham, even still, do you think this article has any kernel of truth or any merit at all?
No, I really don't. None.
Well, it's interesting. You were just talking about the unfortunate aspect of this. The editorial does expose divisions among Christians. So what about the political fallout, the political polarization in that fallout, which seems to be splitting believers? How can Christians be effective ambassadors for Jesus if they're so split publicly?
Well, my father, the last time he was at Christianity Today, they wheeled him in a wheelchair, and he spoke to them and basically was warning them that they should all be focused and stay with focused on the Bible. And I think that's where Christianity Today is getting off point. The president is not the pastor of the country. They talk about taking the moral high ground, and that is just absolutely a bunch of garbage. What moral high ground do we talk about? President Obama and his support for same-sex marriage, Hillary Clinton supporting her husband as he abused women. I mean, where's the moral high ground here? And for them, for Christianity Today, to try to claim that they have the moral high ground is just wrong. And they should have stayed out of this completely, in my opinion.
Reverend Franklin Graham, it's good to talk to you today, and thank you for hopping on a phone call with us. Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you. Well, Merry Christmas to you.